Hey everybody, this is James Howard with Memento Mori Para. Today I'm here to answer the most commonly asked questions I get when I'm out at the field, either getting ready to fly or just kiting the wing. With that, we'll begin. So what is paramotoring? How does it work, right? Basically, paramotoring is akin to paragliding, which is free flight, no motor. You pull a wing over your head and you jump off a tall structure like a mountain or a hill, which we have none in Missouri. So like Bavaria, the Alps, the Rocky Mountains, Colorado, all that, perfect for paragliding. Not so much in the Midwest. So the way to get around that is you strap a two-stroke motor onto your back, and that provides forward motion, provides the lift so you can go up. So how much does it cost to get in the paramotoring? You know, you meet people at the field and they're like, oh wow, that's really cool. How much does it cost to do that? Or is it expensive or is it cheap? I like to make the analogy, it's like a lot like getting into dirt bike riding or sport bikes or any kind of motorsports actually for that instant. About 3 or 4K for the motor, probably another 3 or 4K for the wing. That's for a U setup. For a brand new setup, you can easily get the 8 or 9K for a motor and 35 to 4,500 for a wing. So you're about in at 10 to 12. For used, you're probably about 75. So not super bad for being able to fly. What kind of license do you need to fly one of these? Actually, you don't need any license at all. No Part FR 103. No sport pilot's license, no private license. With that being said, training is highly recommended and or suggested. I'm not saying if I'm trained or self-trained. I mean, the Wright brothers didn't go to aviation school, just saying. So, how high can you go? How high do you want to go? Actually, that pertains to a lot of FAA rules and stuff. You should abide by the FAA rules, all the different tiers and whatnot. With that being said, if you're totally out of the scope of that, you can pretty much do what you want to do up until Class A airspace, which is 18,000 feet. These are really suited for a couple of 100 feet or a couple of 1,000 feet at the most. How do you fly a paramotor? This is how I fly, not how I'm telling you to fly. Legal disclaimer. I put the motor on my back. I then run 5 or 6 miles per hour to pull that wing up over my head. This is all done without the help of the motor. You can go out any day of the week and play with that wing and pull it up over your head and run down the field until your legs fall off. Anyhow, once you get the wing over your head, make sure everything's clear, your wing is centered. You then continue to run, give it some throttle, and you gently lift off into the air, running into the air. It is so cool, such an amazing experience. I usually climb out a couple 100 feet to make sure I don't have a dead stick or the motor quits. As far as my controlling in the air, I have 2 toggles, a left and a right brake with my throttle in the right hand. Pull right, I go right. Pull left, I go left. If I want to gain altitude or ground speed, I squeeze some throttle. If I want to float down or lose some ground speed, I let off the throttle. How is that possible? That is possible in this setup because the wing is at a fixed angle of attack. On all other airplanes, the attitude of the plane is manipulated by different control surfaces, whether it's the rudder, elevator, or aileron. There is no rudder, there is no elevator on this. An elevator, you know, you go up, down, down, up, vice versa. On this, since the wing is at a fixed angle of attack, you give it gas, it rises up, you let off, it floats down. That's all the control you got. Left, right, up, down. When you want to go to land, but what if your motor quits? Well, that's how you land. You kill the motor a couple 100 feet up, float down. Right before you land, it turns into kind of like a conventional parachute. You flare right before landing and run it out. There is also a trike setup that I do sometimes fly. This sits on a trike. It has 3 wheels, and it's kind of the same thing as foot launching. You gain forward speed via the fan. That forward speed is what pulls the wing up, not the prop wash, has nothing to do with it. That forward speed pulls the wing up, look left, look right, and you rise into the air. Cool thing about that is you can sit on your butt and fly it all day long. Same thing with landing. You ain't got to run it out or trip and fall or whatnot. You just come down, rest on the 3 wheels. Why do I paramotor? I paramotor because I've always dreamed from a young age about flying and my love of aviation, and a private pilot license just seems so out of reach at this point in time. Private pilot license can be anywhere from like 10 to 15K on class and running the airplane and renting the instructor and all that. This was just a no-brainer. You know, it actually turns out to be about the same cost, but I know a lot of private pilots will forego this because you don't have to tear this down every year for FAA maintenance. You don't have to have a license if you don't want one. Actually, there is no license to get. The cost of maintaining it's pretty cheaper. You can take it anywhere with you. I literally throw it on the back of my car and go wherever I want to go, and that's just the logistical means of it. Man, it's like no other. You're sitting on a hammock in the sky with a motor on your back, and the land, the ground beneath your feet, a couple of 100 feet up to a couple of 1,000 feet up. It is just an awesome time and awesome experience. I highly suggest, if you have any second doubts, you'll be pretty scared in the beginning or a little fearful, but that's good. That's what keeps you kicking, right? I highly suggest to go out there and take a discovery ride if they got a 2-man setup, or go find some training and get up in the air and start living.